Good morning students, welcome back once again. Today we are going to discuss about quantum numbers. Children, as we have already discussed in the last module regarding orbital, and we also discussed that orbitals are those areas around the nucleus where the maximum probability to find an electron, isn't it? Now we are going to discuss about how can we explain those orbitals with the help of their size, shape and orientation. These size, shape and orientation are explained with the help of three sets of numbers known as quantum numbers. Apart from this, we have spin also is added up. So with that, this becomes four quantum numbers. We will be discussing in this module about these four quantum numbers. Let us study one by one. First one is the principal quantum number, and second one is azimuthal quantum number. Third one is magnetic quantum number. Fourth one is spin quantum number. So these four sets of numbers that explains the wave mechanical model, that is called quantum numbers. So first one is our principal quantum number. So principal quantum number, when we talk about first one, we have principal quantum number. That is expressed by n, small letter n. Here children, it is not a PLE principle, it is PAL principle. Principle means actually pronunciation is same only. Principle means main quantum number. Okay. Here what we explain here is about Bohr's theory only. First quantum number explains Bohr's model where the energy levels they are explained. Energy levels means there are certain energy levels, that is n. Okay, n is equal to 1 means when n is equal to 1 we have a k shell, when n is equal to 2 we have a l shell, n is equal to 3 we have a m shell, etc. like that. So this can be find out by using the formula the Bohr had explained, that is our 2n square formula we can use. So that is the first quantum number explains that is the principal quantum number, that is n can have values 1, 2, 3 like that. So this explains the energy levels of electrons. Okay. So students, atomic orbitals are preciously distinguished by quantum numbers. The principal quantum number determines the size and to large extent the energy of the orbital. With the increase in the value of n, the number of allowed orbital increases and are given by n square. All the orbitals of a given value of n constitutes a single shell of atom and are represented by the letters. It can be KLMN or n is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, etc. Next we have azimuthal quantum number. So children, listen here, this azimuthal quantum number is very important because this azimuthal quantum number gives us a new idea about this orbital concept, where principal quantum number is explained about the principal energy level. So this azimuthal quantum number represented by L explains us about subshells. Okay, in every shell there are subshells present. According to this azimuthal quantum number, L can have values 0 to n minus 1 values. That is when n is equal to 1, when n is equal to 1, we have L can have values as I said 0 to n minus 1. So n is 1 minus 1 is also 0. So L can have value only 0 when n is equal to 1. That means in the first energy level, that is in our n is equal to 1 means our K shell only. Correct? In K shell we know that there is only 2 electrons are present. That means this 0 explains our S subshell. Okay, so 0 represents S subshell. Children, you must remember there are different subshells present in an atom. That is 0 represents S subshell, as I said. 1 represents P subshell, and 2 represents D subshell, and 3 represents F subshell, in which these subshells have a different number of orbitals present in it. As I said in the beginning, an orbital have a maximum of 2 electrons only it can accommodate. As I said in the beginning, orbital can accommodate 2 electrons, but there can be different orbitals. Okay, like S subshell always have only 1 orbital present in it, and in P subshell have 3 orbitals present. Children, remember, in one orbital there are 2 electrons can be accommodated. Okay, so one orbital, S orbital has one orbital, so there are 2 electrons present in it, and P subshell we have 3 orbitals. Okay, 3 orbitals means 3 into 2 you have to multiply. Okay, P subshell can accommodate 6 electrons, a maximum of 6 electrons. It doesn't require that it must be filled completely. Okay, now a D subshell has the maximum capacity of 5 orbitals are there. 5 orbitals means 10 electrons can be accommodated, and in F subshell there are 7 orbitals are present. In the 7 orbitals, as I said, one orbital can accommodate 2 electrons, so 7 orbitals can accommodate its double, that is 14 electrons. Okay, now let us check into the azimuthal quantum number. When n is equal to 1, L can have value 0, I said. So that you have to also explain with the help of Bohr theory also. In the first energy level, that is n is equal to 1, so 0 means it has got only one subshell. That is, this is a subshell, you can take it. This is S subshell. It has 2 electrons. Here, these arrow marks ups and down I have mentioned is it is about the number of electrons. So these are the 2 electrons which can present in the first energy level. That is the S subshell only is present. So we can write in the first case it is 1s only is present in the 1s means the first energy level. This is the n is equal to 1 and S is there. Okay, so when n is equal to 2, we can have L values. L values can be 0 or 1, means it can be 0 to n minus 1, that is 2 minus 1 is 1. Okay, so 0 and 1 can be there. So you know, children, that 0 represents S orbital and 1 represents P orbital. So here we can have values 0 means S orbital and 1 means P orbital. Okay, so this is in the second, n is equal to 2, so you can write it as 2s and 2p. Clear? So why? Because this is in the second orbital. So as you know about n is equal to 2, according to Bohr model, n is equal to 2 means 2n square formula, there can be 8 electrons. Correct? So 8 electrons here also comes. How comes 2s means second energy level, that is our end value is in second orbital, second energy level. Then S can have 2 electrons, then P have 3 orbitals, means 3 into 2, 6. Okay, so here we can have 2 and plus p. How much comes? Here comes our 8 electrons. Now when n is equal to 3, we can have values 0, 1 and 2. So n minus 1 values, 0 to n minus 1 values it can have. So it will have s also, p also, and d orbital also can be found in the third energy level. Third energy level, d orbital also can be found. Now we come into the next one, n is equal to 4. Then we have 0, 1, 2 and 3 means s, p, d as well as f orbitals can be found when n is equal to 4. That is, this is our k shell, this is l shell, this is m shell and this is n shell. So in the nth shell, when n is equal to 4, you can have even f orbitals can be also found. So students, here we can conclude azimuthal quantum number as azimuthal quantum number defines the three-dimensional shape of the orbital. For a given value of n, L can have values, that is azimuthal quantum number can have values ranging from 0 to n minus 1. That is, for a given value of n, the possible values of L are, L can have 0, 1, 2, etc. up to n minus 1. For n is equal to 1, the value of L is only 0. Okay, that's why it is mentioned as 1s. For n is equal to 2, the value of L is 0 as well as 1. So it is represented as 0 for S and 1 for P. So we have in the second energy level, that is n is equal to 2, we have L values 0 as well as 1. So we get in the second orbit orbitals as 2s and 2p. And when n is equal to 3, L values are 0, 1 and 2. That means it has a s orbital that is 3s and p orbital that is 3p, and it can have also d orbital that is 3d. Likewise, when n is equal to 4, it can have values 0, 1, 2 and 3. That means f shell also can be found. Values for L is equal to 0. It represents a subshell S, and 1 represents a P shell, 2 represents a D subshell, and 3 represents a F subshell, 4 represents a G subshell, and 5 represents a H subshell. But for the timing, you need to learn up to L is equal to 3, that is till F subshell. Now children, we are moving into the third quantum number. These two we have discussed now. We are moving into the third one, magnetic quantum number. According to the magnetic quantum number, that is expressed as ml, where it explains the number of electrons present in it. That is, when n values, we have seen that azimuthal quantum number is actually depending on the n values. Now like that, magnetic quantum number depends on the azimuthal quantum number. That is, when m can have values, this ml can have values from minus to 0, then to plus values it can have. Means if the, this one what we call, when n is equal to 1, you know children that L can have value only 0, right? That is 0 to n minus 1. Now ml will have values also minus value 0, you cannot take minus value. So the ml depends on L values only. So 0 minus is not there, so ml also will have value 0 only. Now n is equal to 2, then L can have values 0 and 1 as I said, isn't it? Now ml will have values, m will have values 0 is there, then this is the maximum value, that is 1, so minus 1, then it can have 0, then plus 1. Okay, so this actually explains the orientation of electron. Okay, where these are the three orbitals which can be found. Right, here we had only s orbital. Here we get three orbitals. That is three orbital comes in p only. P has three orbitals. Okay, that is represented by minus, plus, and minus 0 and plus 1. Now, when n is equal to 3, L can have values 0, 1 and 2. Means it will start from minus m value will start from the highest one, that is minus 2, minus 1, 0, plus 1, then plus 2. How many comes? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 values. Okay, 5 values represents 5 orbitals only. So that is our d orbital can also be found. Okay, so like that, when n is equal to 4, L can have values 0, 1, 2 and 3. So the third one, when we consider m is equal to minus 3, minus 2, minus 1, 0, 1, 2 and 3. So there can be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 values are there. So this explains our f orbital. So students, according to the magnetic quantum number ml, the number gives information about the spatial orientation. Spatial orientation means how the orbitals are actually oriented in the space of the orbital with respect to the standard set of coordinate axes. So for any subshell defined by L value, 2L plus 1 values ML are possible. That is, ML can have values minus L to 0, then 0 to plus L values. Okay. For L is equal to 1, ML can be minus 1, 0 and plus 1. And that means 2L plus 1, that is 3 p orbitals can be possible. Thus, each orbital in an atom is defined by a set of values for n, L and ml. And finally comes the spin quantum number. Okay, this spin quantum number explains about the how electron present in one orbital, how do they present it. So it has, as I said, it will be spinning upward as well as downward direction. So both the electrons will not be rotating in the same way. They will be actually spinning in opposite direction. So one goes clockwise, means another one will be going in the opposite direction. So we can say that spin quantum number has spin quantum number, we have plus half as well as minus half values are there. Means spin quantum number explains the values of an electron spinning. Spin of an electron is in the opposite direction. So one clockwise direction, if it rotates, the another electron will be rotating in the anti-clockwise direction. So students, finally we have discussed about electron spin quantum number, that is ms. It describes the spin or intrinsic angular momentum of the electron within that orbital, and gives the projection of the spin angular momentum s along the specified axis. That is, the two orientations distinguished by the spin quantum numbers are plus half and minus half. That means one electron spins clockwise and the another one spins anti-clockwise. So students, today we have discussed about mainly quantum numbers. There are 4 sets of quantum numbers which explains the wave mechanical model of atom. First one is principal quantum number, second one is azimuthal quantum number, magnetic quantum number, then we have also discussed about spin quantum number. So students, we have learned from the 4 quantum numbers as 4 quantum numbers provide the following information. N defines the shell, determines the size of the orbital and also to a large extent the energy of the orbital. L identifies the subshell and determines the shape of the orbital. L also determines the energy of the orbital in a multi-electron atom. ML designates the orientation of the orbital and MS refers to the orientation of the spin of the electron. There are so many things related to these topics are there. We will be talking about those explanations and all about quantum numbers in the coming module. Thank you and have a nice day.